Yeah. What's good with her with it? All right. Today's my story, and the question is: describe how important religion was in your family when you were little. And I like to say that it was important that my to my father that me and my sister were baptized and raised in the church. But also we were traveling all the time, you know what I mean? So I don't know, I guess as with my adult eyes, I say with my adult eyes and adult mind, I see it now as like wherever we go, he would have us get baptized and get join the church every single time. Everywhere we go, a new church, we'd always join. So I know the whole routine. I was raised Baptist, so I know the whole routine where you stand up as a new member and you tell everyone who you are and where you came, and you know what I mean? Everyone's like, welcome, and you go through that everywhere you go. And I was just reading with my adult eyes, like, because so we did all that and I got through all those. But then also sometimes if my dad would start getting depressed or he was in some type of mental anguish or any type of depression that goes in and we're moving around, sometimes he would just randomly take us to a church, or he'll meet a person. That's why I thought he was bipolar, because sometimes he would just randomly meet someone and he's like, oh, they told us to go, so we're gonna go to their church this Sunday. I told him we're going to his church. Next thing you know, we're at the church and he's standing up and I'm Lonnie, this is my family, we came from Philadelphia, and ingratiate. He knows how to do it, you know what I mean? And you know, we have to stand up and blah blah, and then it wouldn't last forever. It would just dwindle off and we go back to our regular scheduled programming. But it would happen a lot, you know what I mean? But in Alaska, that's where like I went to like just one day he met some guy at somewhere, and the guy said he has a church, and he told the guy said that we have Sunday school, and he's like, yeah, I have kids, and oh, well, we'll come get the kids. So like I come home from school, he's like, you're going to Sunday school, they're gonna be picking you up on Saturday, and be ready in the morning. Then next thing you know, I'm in Sunday school, but then at Shiloh Baptist, and I got into religion personally. Like, I was looking for a guy. When you have like in a bad situation, you be looking for a meaning on life. So I went through like all the religion. I went through the book. I joined usher board. I joined the choir. I was just totally into Sunday school. I was into all of it. We went on missions, retreats. I think in hindsight, because I was just thinking the other day that why I remember being on a white Boy Scouts, and then I remember being on a black Boy Scouts, and I was trying to think of why was I on two different ones, and now I remember that my black Boy Scouts was through my church. You know what I mean? My scout leader was the deacon, yeah, Deacon Edwards, and his son was one, and he was in our Boy Scouts, Claude, I think, and yeah, so. They were going outings and all kind of stuff like that. So I really was into the church, and I also think that since when I was born, my dad was married to another lady. That and my grandparents were they had status in their social setting in their eras, so I feel like they felt like it was already a black guy, and I feel that getting us in a church made him feel like he was trying to correct the wrongs of what was going on, because he had a wife and a kid, so now he's moving on, and like I still want my kids to be blessed, you know what I mean? And he would never go. They never went. When I go to church, they went. I would be going there with either my sister or I'd be going by myself. My dad never went. When I was little, I used to think, I can't wait so I can be married because then I wouldn't have to go to the church. I felt that because my grandpa didn't go to church either. When my grandma would go, it would just be me and my grandma, and my grandpa would stay home and he would watch the game, and that tells you how long we were at the church. Maybe there was games in the daytime. Yeah, it's Sunday, so he would watch the football games, and I used to think like, I can't wait till I could be married, so I could just let my wife know I worked all week. You know what I mean? I don't want to have to go to church, but yeah, I grew up in those churches. You know what I mean? It grew to casual where you could just like wear whatever you want, but there was a time where you had to wear a 3-piece suit. You know what I mean? We used to get ready for church, and I come from my dad's side of the family is wealthy, but my mom's side of the family, we were like struggling family. You know what I mean? So when we go to church, grandma tries to put us real nice in our best, you know what I mean? And you put a little bit of pocket change in your pocket so you can go and put it in the basket, you know what I mean? And so it's a big deal. It's always a big deal in our family. Like, even getting baptized, I've been baptized like 25 times. And I don't know. I feel like you should be able to get baptized one place and just tell people, like, yeah, I got baptized there. You know what I mean? I've been in the creme de la creme. I've seen them all, bathtubs to like regular ones to like ones where it's just like a regular pool. Like, it's crazy. And I had like a few pastors that I did. Like, a lady come to me today and want to talk to me about the Lord. And I'm just like, to each his own, for real. To each his own. I respect it, and whatever you believe, like if you believe it, it's real. You know what I mean? But me personally, like, first they use that to make slaves out of my people, so that's off the top. But then I was telling her that if I'm a descendant of King Ramsey, like, I feel disrespecting my ancestors to even go back onto some other shit that doesn't have, you know what I mean? Like, their story, King Ramsey came before that, so you know what I mean? Like, but whatever, you know what I mean? Like, now I just live free, you know what I mean? I wouldn't want any religion. I want my God to be better. If there's a guy I want to be better than me, I want him to love everybody. And until you get a religion where it says we love every